This podcast was produced by OAR FM Dunedin with support from New Zealand On the Air.
Welcome to What's News Dunedin, brought to you by Hazur Kebab, the radio show that spawned from the 19,000 plus strong local Otipoti Dunedin What's News Dunedin Facebook group. The group that's been putting the social back into social media since 2020 with respectful adult debate and a sense of humour. I'm your host Richard Knights. On today's show we're talking to our wonderful guest Ajax Banstola, super podcast extraordinaire, who will be telling us more about themselves and what they do, as well as help us look back at the posts that have generated the most interactions over the past 7 days on the What's News Dunedin Facebook group. Those posts this week are the Aurora, the energy company, forgetting to turn our streetlights on earlier on in the week. A guerrilla gardener who planted 50 natives at Queen's Garden, who's now been told that he needs to unplant them. And dogs on leads when heading on and off local beaches due to increased sea lion numbers. Now, welcome Ajax, welcome to the show.
Kia ora everybody and kia ora Richard.
Now, just telling our guests out there, our listeners, you are my youngest guest on the show so far. So tell me how old are you?
11.
11. Okay, fantastic. So there's two rules while you're here, right?
Okay.
So no swearing.
Yeah.
Okay. But also you're not allowed to upstage me. Right,
Okay.
so because you have your own podcast show,
Yes.
right? And obviously I do this for a bit of fun, but you're a professional, right? So I don't want, so if you start making me look bad,
Yep.
then we'll have to kind of, I'll have to suddenly drop you off air and pretend like something bad's happened, right? So now, the format of the show is we have on the What's News Dunedin Facebook group. I know your show page has just joined the group. I saw that this morning, so thank you for coming along and making our numbers bigger and bigger. One of the things that we have is on a Monday we have what we call our Pun Day Monday, right? So we have a Pun Day Monday post where everyone brings their best dad jokes. Right, so they bring their best dad jokes to the page, and whoever gets the most laugh reacts, I bring their joke on the show on Friday. Right, so now we've got to see whether you, my guest, find it funny.
Okay.
Right, no pressure. If you don't find it funny, like you just say that wasn't a good joke. Right now, we've got one of our members is a strong winner of this one. So it's Max Reed. He always brings a good pun, and it's his pun this week. So we'll see if you find it funny, right? So listen carefully. I was thinking about an old high school friend at the weekend. He was always obsessed with counting. I haven't seen or heard from him for years. I wonder what he's up to now.
Oh, yeah, I get it.
It's a thinker. Then as soon as a penny drops, I wonder what he's up to now as well. He's still counting. You got to wonder. So Max, that pun's a winner, right? Ajax gives it the thumbs up. So now what we also do is I have 3 pop questions for my guests, right? So these are the questions that I ask my guests every single week, and it gets under the skin of the people, right? So it's designed by me because I'm I'm a professional question asker, designed by me to get under the skin of the people so that everyone that's listening can understand Ajax the person from 3 simple questions, right?
Okay.
So I'm going to ask those questions, and then you're going to give me the answers, and everyone's going to go, oh yeah, I know Ajax. I don't need to know Ajax anymore by now, right? This is it. So first question, right? Cream teas, right? So that's where you have a scone, and you have butter, and then you have jam, and you have cream, right?
Yeah.
So the question is, after the scone and the butter, what goes first, the jam or the cream?
I would say probably the jam rather than the cream.
It's a good answer, Ajax. It's the only question you can get wrong on my show, and you've already passed, right? So now the rest of the show is just fun, right? You can't spread jam on cream, can you?
Yeah, that's exactly why.
Exactly. That's how I look at it, right? So in the UK, there's 2 counties right at the very bottom end of the UK, Devon and Cornwall, and they do it the opposite way. So Devon puts the cream on first. Don't ask me how. Strange people in Devon, and then the jam on top. But in Cornwall, they do it the proper way: jam, then cream, right? And to be fair, most of my guests, I've done 110 shows now, 111 shows, I think this is the one, get that answer right. There's a few people who have got it wrong. I'm not talking to them anymore.
Oh.
Right, because but you and me can still be friends now because actually you got the question right. So it's the only one you can get wrong on my show. So everything else now is plain sailing, right? Second question for you. Who is your favourite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle? Now, you might be a bit young for the Turtles.
Yeah, I still remember a few, but I can't remember the names.
So they're all Renaissance painters, right? So they're all like named after famous people in the past. So there's Raphael, Leonardo, Donatello, and Michelangelo. And then there's the big giant rat, who's Master Splinter. And there's no wrong answer. So you can just pick whatever name you like best. So it's Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, Michelangelo.
Probably Raphael. That name sounds pretty cool.
That's my favourite.
Oh, cool.
Because that's also red. Red, Raphael, Richard. You know, it doesn't get any better than that, to be fair. So no, so there's no wrong answers with the turtles. Okay, so don't worry about that one. Now the third question is a thinker, right? So you got to give it some thought because this is important, right? Because again, this is telling everyone out there about Ajax, the human being, right? Would you rather be able to breathe fire like a dragon, or freeze things like Elsa from Frozen?
Probably fire, because I could use that to my advantage. When lighting up a fire, I could breathe out fire.
Yep.
And when roasting a marshmallow, I don't need to do anything. Just spit out
breathe
fire.
on it. Just literally breathe on it. I mean, if you're talking about roasting a marshmallow, would you just do that in your mouth? Would you just put the marshmallow in your mouth and just like cook it in your mouth, or would you breathe it on? Or you keep it on the stick still and you breathe on it and go, and then put it in your mouth?
Probably I'd put it in, because if I breathe on it and then put it in, it would be double fired. Double
fired. You're right. Absolutely. See, I think I would go for fire too, right? Because I like eating. So like I could just literally cook everything. Like walking chicken walks past. Ooh, that looks tasty. Fire, roast chicken. All right. And then because you can't beat roast chicken. Especially straight off the barbecue, you'd be flame grilled, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Everything would. I think fire as well. Like apart from freezing people, because you're bored of them. I've had enough of you, mate. Freeze. I don't see the freezing thing being as useful as the old fire breathing, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Better at parties as well, isn't it?
Yes.
You know, because you get fire breathers and stuff like that at parties. It's like everyone would be like, I want to be your friend.
And I could work at the circus, because some people breathe fire at the circus.
Absolutely, yeah. I think it's got more going for it, hasn't it? Genuinely, I think you're right. So that's cool. So what we're going to do now, we're going to talk about 3 topics of the week, which is the posts that have kind of generated some noise on the What's News Dunedin Facebook group. Don't feel like you have to talk about stuff you don't want to, right? So, but the first one, I don't know if you noticed this. So during the week, there was someone chucked a post up on the page like, who's turned the lights off? And I'm sitting in my house and it's bright. My lights are on. And I'm like, what are they talking about? And I looked outside and all the street lights were off. And it wasn't just, I live in Brighton, so it wasn't just Brighton. It was everything kind of south of the city, as far as I know. All the street lights had been turned off. A couple of days later, it was in the paper that Aurora were doing some kind of work, upgrade work. And then for some reason, they've kind of forgot to flick a switch or whatever, and the lights were out until about 8:30. Oh, I know, right? Whose job was that? But the important thing is, I guess the thing I was going to make the point of is, it is so strange when you look outside and you expect it to be a certain way.
Yeah.
And then suddenly it's like super dark, or super there's no lights whatsoever. Which is kind of like, did you see it happen? Were you is 8:30 too late for you to be up? Or
I didn't notice it. But one really interesting question for you is, would you rather have the lights out in your house or outside?
Oh, well, definitely lights off outside, right? Because at least I could see inside, right?
Yeah.
But it's one of those things. It's like my brother lives over in Alexandra, so he lives up behind Mitchell's cottage in the middle of nowhere, right? So there's no streetlights whatsoever. So I went and stayed there on Sunday night, and I was going to Wanaka the following day, so I stayed over, stopped in a way, stayed over. But his house is so dark. There's no light anywhere. So I'm getting out of bed in the middle of the night to go for a wee, and I'm in a room that I don't know. It's like my nephew's giving up his bed for me and my wife. And I'm banging into the bed. I'm bumping into the wall. And my wife was like laughing, or giggling to herself because she'd gone to get out of the bed, and she tried to turn the there was a temperature, like a thermometer,
Yeah.
tells the temperature on the wall. She was trying to turn that to open the door, but actually the handle was to the right of that, and she was, but it was pitch black because there's no other light around, right? And of course, when I'm thinking about when I get out, because I've got the street lights outside, I'm like, I can see. I don't, but it was like when you went and looked out, it was just that complete blackness. But what I love about the blackness is when you look up at the sky.
Yes, that looks so wonderful. The stars twinkling.
I know, and it's like I come from the UK where there's lots of light pollution.
Yep.
So here we're very lucky, and over the years DCC have changed the lights as well, so they point down rather than pointing up. And one of the things I love is I can stand on my driveway, even with the lights shining outside, and look up, and then you can see the Milky Way. You can actually, I've never seen that in the UK because it's always been so light polluted.
Yeah.
So it is actually quite cool when the lights are out.
Yes. You feel that new kind of energy.
You do.
Yeah.
I love that. And it's one of those things. So you didn't notice, but it would have been a good time to go outside and look at the stars, right? So, but yeah, it was pretty cool that the lights were out. And sometimes you think, actually, well, maybe they should just stay out. In places there are places that turn the street lights off, like for those sort of the real sort of like the midnighty time. Do you know? And obviously there's a safety thing some places, but they, from the light pollution point of view, saving energy, they turn the lights off in between sort of like maybe 11 till 3 a.m. or something, which actually seems
reasonable, but
kind of cool.
Yeah, but if there were like cars driving, because people drive at night, weird times, then that would be a safety hazard.
Well, they're supposed to put their lights on, but they don't always put their lights on, do they, the cars?
Yeah.
I've noticed that, and I've noticed that around here as well. And it's the same the world over. People forget they got, the dash is already lit up because all their flash modern cars with their lights inside. They don't know they haven't turned the lights on the outside. So, but I agree. So there was a safety thing as well. So now the second topic of the week is what we call our guerrilla gardener, not as in gorilla with the hairy arms and eating the bananas, guerrilla as in like guerrilla warfare. There's a guy we mentioned on the show last week. There's a guy that went out and actually happened to just go and plant 58 native plants along the edges of Queen's Garden where the War Memorial sits. Before he had permission to do so from the council. Now, they had a meeting since then, and it was in the paper yesterday, day before. He's now been asked to unplant all of his plants. So he's kind of like, he's had a little smack on the back of the hand, and he's been told he's got to unplant it. So I was talking to my guest last week, who said, well, planting things is good.
Yeah, that's exactly what I say.
It is good. But planting things where you're not supposed to plant things, potentially, because you might have to worry about the electrical cables in the ground, for example, or the pipes or the roadworks that need to happen, is not so good. So this poor man, he just got a bit excited, I think. He just got ahead of himself and he kind of went, I've got a great idea. Has now been told he's got to actually unplant them all. What do you think? It's a lot of work to do and undo again, eh?
Yeah, I guess if he had chosen a place better than the place he planted it, or if he had asked the council, it would have been better, so he wouldn't have had to done all that work to unplant it now.
I know, and I feel for him because it's like someone actually going out and trying to do a good thing, right? Because we need more natives, we need more plants, we need more pretty. We need everything around us to look and feel welcoming and nice, and that's what greenery and plants do. But then he's kind of like, now the poor guy's had his name all across the paper as well, which is, I feel for him because everyone's going, oh, you shouldn't have done that, that's naughty, But he was trying to do a good thing. Yeah. So it's like, yeah. So I kind of feel, yeah, but he's got a lot of work ahead of him.
Yes.
Because what do you reckon's harder, putting the plants in or digging the plants back up?
Well, that depends. When digging it out, if you just like yank them out, then that would probably be easier. But if you were to like shovel them up, put them safely, then probably digging them up.
Yeah, it's going to take a long time. And I think he'll probably want to do that because he won't want to destroy those. I mean, he's obviously lovingly put those in the ground. I think he'll probably want to take them and use them somewhere else. So he's not going to just want to go rip them up and just throw them in the bin, is he? He's going to, 58 plants is probably quite a bit of Probably spent quite a bit of time to get those plants to a point where he can plant them in the first place.
And also the amount of money he spent to buy those plants.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he. I don't know how he's got them. That's the. Again, whether he just grew them from seedlings or what. But again, yeah. But there's certainly, even if he hasn't spent money, he's certainly spent time and effort, hasn't he?
Yeah.
In order to get to those, to plant those plants and actually go from there. So yeah, I do feel for him, because not only has his name been in the paper a couple of times in the last week or so. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of effort. I mean, just the thought of putting one plant in the ground makes me tired. Right, because I'm not a very hands-on. I'm not a DIY kind of person. You know, I pick up the wrong end of a hammer and kind of go, what's that? I'm serious. Like A&E is. My wife phones ED as soon as I pick up a tool. She phones the hospital and says, like, just be ready, because he's probably coming in to see you. You know, so he can cut himself on thin air. This guy, I can. So, but I just feel for him, because, like, yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of effort. Like, and then to go back and sort of, like, you think, oh, I've done it. And then you go, no, you haven't done it. You've got to undo it. Yeah. Which is a shame. I hope he gets some help. I hope some people come together and kind of go, we appreciate what you've done, but let's give you a hand to get to put it back the way it was, because that would be nice. But we've got a community that does stuff like that, so hopefully, fingers crossed. Now, third and final topic of the week is dogs on leads. So one of our posters, regular posters, made the point that I can't remember what beach it was, but anyway, there's a lot of our beaches, you have little sort of trails, little paths that run down through the dunes to the beach. Yeah. And it is law. It is actually law in this city, because it's a bylaw thing. It's not sort of uniform across the whole of the country, but it is by law in this city, I believe, that your dog should be on the leash in that sand dune part of their walk, because you don't know what you're going to come across. And at this time of year, we are now getting more seals and sea lions popping up in those kind of duney places and on the beaches as well, because it's getting that time of year where they start to have families and babies and all that kind of stuff. So, did your family have a dog?
No, unfortunately.
No, if mum and dad are listening, Ajax wants a dog. You got brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I got a sister.
You got a sister. She want a dog too?
I think she would love that.
Yeah, we'll just put it out into the world now. Ajax and his sister would like a dog, mum and dad. You know, so it's out in the world now. You can't take that back, right? Yeah, exactly. And they're recording this as well. So if anyone says no, he didn't say that, you just go, hang on, play that back. What's News Dunedin on the 3rd of October 2025? You said it. What dog would you have if you had a dog?
Probably a golden retriever mixed with a Labrador.
Oh, they're good. They're good dog. Why would you choose that dog?
Because whenever I see some of my friends' dogs, I've seen a lot of dogs. I've seen pugs and so on. But one of the coolest and most fluffiest dog I seem to have noticed is the golden retriever. Yeah,
they look like they're smiling as well. Those dogs, like genuinely, they are happy dogs, aren't they? I don't think I've ever seen an unhappy golden retriever. Yeah. No, my daughter's got a golden retriever, and they're fantastic. They're beautiful. They get hair everywhere. Yes. So we won't tell mum and dad. Okay. It's our secret. Yep. Right, cool. So they won't know, right? So don't tell them about the hair. Yeah. Because mum and dad will be going around with the Hoover all the time, because it gets everywhere. Seriously. Excuse me. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about on the seals. So one of the posts was about the people weren't putting their dogs on the leads, and of course, then what they were trying to do was they were trying to say, hey, be aware there actually is a sea lion at the end of the path from the beach. And I'm thinking we need this is like a public service announcement right here, right now. You and me, Ajax, we're putting the word out on the street. Put your dog on a lead. Yep. Right? If you take them from the car park through the dunes to the beach, and at the beach you can obviously see what's going on. You've got a much wider view and a much more open view of stuff, so you can see if there are animals that need to be avoided. But in that space between car park and beach, please protect our taonga species and put the dogs on the lead, please. So because it's really important, especially this time of year, that we don't, because the dog could get hurt too. Because I mean, if a sea lion is confronted by another animal, it will react. Or a seal, and you don't want to be in a situation because vets are expensive, right?
Yeah.
You don't, So what do you want to tell our listeners if you think? Do you have any? We don't know this yet because we haven't talked about you, but you run the Fact Beast podcast, don't you? It's called Fact Beast. So do you have any facts about sea lions?
Sea lions, not that I can think of, but one thing I really wanted to say is what Richard said is absolutely true. And if I were a dog, I would love to go leash free, but when there are species out there that could bite or injure a dog, that's not very good because, as you said, vets are expensive, and the dog itself, vets, let's forget about that. Money, we can deal with it. But the dog, what if it can't recover?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what if it gets hurt? It's man's best friend, right, your dog? So we don't want to put them in a situation where they are hurt or injured. Because actually that's not us. We're not looking after our animals properly are we at that point. It's great to let them off the lead, right? So, but the whole point is when you get to the beach and you can see that by doing that you can actually they can run free and you can see where they are and what they're interacting with. Because I remember I've had dogs. I had a really fluffy German Shepherd, all black with a great big white splash on her front. And I remember taking her on the beach in Brighton before she passed, and she came across a sea lion. And we were new to New Zealand. We were new to animals on the beach, right? And she was always great because you could recall her. If you called her, she just came back.
Oh, yeah.
And so we did. But it was at the moment you kind of go, but if she would have wanted to go and play.
Yep.
And the sea lion doesn't know that the dog wants to go and play. And maybe the sea lion wants to play because they're quite playful animals, but maybe the dog doesn't understand that the sea lion wants to play. So you're putting them in a situation where they don't speak the same language, right?
Yep.
So even though they're called, seals are called dogs of the sea, I think. So, but these are dogs that are land. So we just want to make sure that, they give each other space.
Yep.
And it's 20 metres. 20 metres in this country is what it's saying. That's the distance you need to give a sea lion as a minimum amount of space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And going back one or maybe two facts about sea lions that I can remember off the top of my head. Sea lions, sea lions, they're mammals, so they give birth, and they're a type of sea lions.
Yep. Absolutely. No, good. We like facts. I'm a big fan of facts, which is half the reason you're here. So, but that's our three topics of the week, right? Okay. So what we're going to do now for the next part of the show is actually talk about you and find out everything we need to know about Ajax. But before we do, we're going to get a quick word from our wonderful sponsor.
Have you checked out Hazur Kebab yet? It's your go-to for a delicious lunch, a tasty dinner, or anything in between. Order online to save time and pick up some delicious, authentic Turkish cuisine in just minutes. HazurKebabCafe.co.nz. Dine in or take away at 906 George Street.
Do you like kebabs?
Yeah, wonderful.
Oh, dude. Have you been to Hazur Kebab?
Not yet, but I really need to tell, hey, Mum and Dad, if you're listening, we need to go to there, okay?
Exactly. This is a great time to get hold of Mum and Dad, right? We can put a lot of stuff on Mum and Dad right now, and they'll have no way, they can't answer back at the moment, which is fantastic. So, but at top end of George Street, so Mum and Dad, if you're listening, if you go to opposite George Street Normal School, at the top end of George Street, there is Hazur Kebab, and they sponsor the show, been sponsoring the show for the last 2 years. Fantastic human beings, but the food is glorious.
Yep.
Right. So, what is your favourite food? Well, while we're here, if you could eat anything, what would your favourite food be?
Oh, that's a really hard question because I'm a bit of a foodie.
Oh, yeah. I'm a foodie too.
Yeah, we have a lot in common.
We do, absolutely. So, except you're smarter than me and you're only 11. So, but that's okay. What's your favourite food? Go
on. Probably a variation of dumplings. In Nepalese, we call them momo. So they're almost like dumplings, but they're handmade. Nice. And they're wonderful. They're packed with veggies and protein. But kebabs, that would probably be somewhere near third or fourth favourite because I love meat, especially chicken. And if that's on the kebab, wow.
Nice, absolutely. So are you Nepalese? Is that your your heritage? Is that where you?
Yeah, I'm from Nepal.
Nepal. Were you born here, Ajax, or were you born in Nepal?
No, I was born in Nepal and I came here when I was only the age of 3.
Wow. Okay, so you've been here, I can do the math, 11 years. Not 11 years, 8 years. God.
Yes.
You're making me, making my math brain go bad. Math is normally my thing, right? So 11 minus 3 is 8, all right? So if anyone's listening, I did get that right. I just got confused, all right? So it's fantastic. So there's you, your sister, mum and dad.
Yep.
Did anyone else, any other family come with you?
Today here?
With like when they came from Nepal, because my family started off in India. So my mum is from Bangalore, which is very near Nepal, but in the bottom side of India.
Yep.
And when she came across to the UK, it was literally everyone and the family kind of came at the same time. There was a whole heap of them.
Yep.
So I just wonder whether that was the same for you guys.
So my parents came with me. My sister wasn't born yet, and we stayed in here. It's been 8 years since I've stayed here, and my sister's only 4, so she was recently born here.
Yep.
And it was only us coming here to permanently live in New Zealand, but our grandparents and my nana, they come to visit.
Nice. You need your grandparents.
Yeah.
Everyone needs a decent nana. All right, because that's where you go if you can't get what you want. So when you can't get the puppy, the dog from your mum and dad, that's when you go to nana.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're like, yeah, absolutely, grandson, whatever you want, here you go, isn't it? Like,
Talking about grandparents, I can mildly remember. Actually, I watched a video a few days ago. My dad showed me when I was like 2.5. I was talking this gibberish to this adopted puppy. So my grandparents, they found him on the street and they took him in, cleaned him, and he was like, if I can remember, he was like this small puppy. He was white with a splosh of blonde on his left eye, and I was talking gibberish to him, and he kind of understood. I was like, come, so which meant come here, and he actually came to me, which was awesome.
Cool. And dogs know. Dogs. I love dogs. Dogs love me, right? Because I think I smell like sausages. But they come to me all the time, right? So it's like there's nothing nicer than having a dog in a house. Listening, mum and dad. Anyway, I want to talk about you, right? Because I'll go through the story of how I got introduced to you, right? So you were at an event, and a friend of mine, Christine Gary, who's a current counsellor, was also at that event, and
yes.
and apparently she was leaving, and you went up to her and started talking to her and asked her to come on your podcast.
Yes.
Yes, right. So then she went on your podcast, and then the first thing she did after going on your podcast is she phoned me up and said, have I got a guest for you? And I said, who's that? Ajax. And I didn't know anything about you, Ajax. And I'm like, okay, fantastic. Who is this, grown-up adult person that I should be talking to? She's like, no. He's only 11, but he is absolutely awesome. He's a podcast extraordinaire, right? So you have your own podcast show here on OAR FM, right?
Yep.
So tell all of our listeners exactly about that and how you came to it. How long have you been doing that for a start?
Okay, so I've been doing it for 2.5 years now.
So you've been podcasting longer than me.
Wait. It gets better for me. So, Fact Beast with Ajax is my podcaster's name. It's in English, and it's about facts and different topics like science, sports, safety, culture, history, and way more. And that's my actual second podcast. So the first podcast is actually run by my dad and my uncle. So they run a podcast called Hamro Awaz. It's in Nepalese, and it translates to Our Voice. So we talk about Nepalese tradition, and it's awesome. So I got curious about when I was 7, when my dad was in the other studio. He was going, be quiet, I'm going to record. And I was like, what is this? It's a whole new concept to me. And he was like, I'll tell you later. So he recorded and came home, edited it. I'm like, okay, so this looks pretty cool. Can I join? And he was like, sure. So this is what you have to do. And we eventually recorded our first episode together when I was just 7. And that went wonderful. And I got really into it, especially the editing part, because I can edit by myself. And It was just awesome. And then Leslie, the ORFM manager, she recognized me and she had a word with me. Hey, Ajax, you're doing a wonderful job. Would you like to have your own podcast? And I was the opposite of mortified. I was so excited. I'm like, oh yeah, definitely, which is how I started Fact Beast with Ajax.
So what made you decide on Fact Beast? What made you decide on that particular, that was going to be your genre, your topic? What made you want to do that?
So, like you said before, facts are wonderful. You enjoy facts. I enjoy facts. I hope people listening who are listening right now, they enjoy facts. Facts are awesome because they're there to surprise you and to educate you. So they're a combo of two of the best things you can get, which is why I chose facts.
Awesome. Now, you record your show,
yep,
as opposed to this one. Like here we go, we're live, right? So
yep.
If I make a mistake, like I can't do my maths and I can't work out 3 minus 11 minus 3 is 8, which we know I can because I got it right the second time. But do you record yours and then you edit it? Do you? So do you come to the studio to do that here, or do you record at home?
So I record at the studio.
Yep.
It's more professional, and I edit at home.
Okay.
So yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah. So obviously you're at school, I'm guessing, right? So like 9 o'clock till 3 o'clock, you're busy learning all the facts, right?
Yep.
How often does your podcast go out? Are you weekly, monthly, fortnightly? How many times can we hear you like during a month?
Currently, it's fortnightly. Every Friday, 4 to 4:30.
Right.
So
you do a half an hour podcast on a Friday. That's today, people. So if you're just waking up, then Friday is today, all day.
Yep.
So you'll have a podcast going out today at 4 o'clock to 4:30.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what your subject is today?
Today?
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be wonderful. So I've actually interviewed a children's author and poet, Samantha Montgomery.
Fantastic.
Do you know her?
I don't actually.
That's a surprise. So she's wonderful, and I met her at the Dunedin Youth Poetry Competition. So I love poetry. I love writing. So I wrote a poem called Family, the Real Game. It was about family's ups and downs, sisters being mean to you and you being mean back to them when your chocolates are gone, and all sort of stuff like that. And I came second.
Oh, wow.
And she was there to present. Oh, thank you. She was there to present the award, and I was like, I talked to her for a while, and she was like, oh yeah, I'd love to. And that was awesome because she has written quite a few books, and she said some of them are little books, but still they're educational. And I'm not going to talk too much, or everyone will know what it's about. So if you're interested, please go and listen.
Fantastic. So is your show like mine, where you have a guest every time, or do you mix it up? Is it sometimes it's just all about the facts, and sometimes you're interviewing people?
So that's a good question. Normally, like for the first 2 years, for the first like 1.5 years, it was just facts about stuff and different topics. But from the start of this year, I had a different motto. So interview with someone at least once a month, or if you can't do once a month, do like once 2 months, because that would be exciting. So people don't have to hear just me yabbering about some kind of topic that probably they won't find cool. But then I had the idea, what if I brought someone along on my show? Then that would be more fun than just listening to me. So that's how I started doing interviews.
Fantastic. So how many people have you interviewed so far? Do you know? As a guess.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure. Well, is it okay if I tell everyone who I've interviewed?
Yeah, of course it is. Absolutely. Okay. You haven't interviewed me. I know you've interviewed the wonderful Christine Gary. Yeah. And obviously our author friend that you just mentioned. Who else have you interviewed?
So first, I interviewed Arena, the youth zone coordinator. That's one.
She is awesome, isn't she?
Yes, she's awesome.
And we should say this right now, right? The people at ORFM.
Yeah.
are the most fantastic people, right?
Kind-hearted people.
They're awesome. Leslie's a superstar. Jeff, fantastic. Dommy, awesome. Arena, awesome. Jeff Barkman, he's all right. I'm hoping he's listening. He's all right. But, other than that, they're all wonderful, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So, I'm expecting to see Jeff's face pop around the sort. Next week's show, he'll just set it all up so it explodes on me because he's like that. If he can make me fall over, that's fine. He'll go for it. We love him really. But they are, aren't they? They're absolutely fantastic human beings. So, who else have you interviewed?
So after that, I interviewed Nikki Page, the director of UNESCO City of Literature.
Okay, yeah, fantastic.
That was pretty exciting.
I was just told I should interview her.
Oh, wow.
Because I was off on my page yesterday. I was kind of going, I'm starting to run out of guests. I've got a few weeks left before.
Yeah.
Who else should I interview? And someone came to me and said, Nikki Page. So
she's lovely.
You're leading the way and I'm playing catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
exactly.
wonderful. She's awesome.
Yeah.
That one was real exciting. And after her, so that was number 2, I interviewed my football coach, Daniil Kornilov. So I play at Roslyn. One of my hobbies is football. I love football.
So that's soccer, as they call it over here. Soccer, football.
Football, soccer, same thing.
Football. It's football to me, but a lot of people think football's rugby over here, which is it's just the wrong shaped ball, isn't it? Like football's the round one.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Where do you play? What position?
Roslyn, I'm changing at the moment, but my core positions are centre back and striker. 2 weirdly opposite positions, but
I'm a goalkeeper. But if I'm not a goalkeeper, I'm a centre forward.
Oh,
that's it. It's like one end of the pitch or the other.
Yeah.
So I get the whole centre back or forward. I get it. No, I understand it. So okay, so you're a football coach. Go on.
Yep. And that was awesome too. He told us all about perseverance, commitment, and the coaching stuff. He says, and after it was Christine Gary. So she was awesome as well.
Yeah, she's fantastic. Yeah, she's a very good friend of mine, and just a lovely, wonderful, kind human being. And yes, and she couldn't speak more highly of you, which is like why I got in touch straight away. Because I have to say, and my listeners will know this straight off the bat because they've been hearing you speak. You are such a wonderfully eloquent person. Your language, the way you engage is fantastic. I would love to be interviewed by you.
Yep.
So I should come on your show,
yes.
and then you can ask all the questions of me. But but this is what Chris Gary said to you: is you are just you're 11.
Yep.
Yeah, you've been doing this for 3 years, which is longer than I've been doing it. All right, and I didn't have anything like your confidence at 11. I can honestly say, I've got more confidence than most people right now. Right, that what I do is I talk for a living. That's my job. Right, I'm in sales, so I just talk. But you have got such a lovely, fun, mature, wonderful way about you.
Thank you.
But I can also tell that you're still 11.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, right? Some people are old beyond their years. If that, and like you look at them kind of going, they're not being a kid. They're not being a. You've got the perfect blend, in my mind. You've got that. You're fantastic. I'm so glad that someone suggested I come and talk to you, or that you come and talk to me, should I say? So, how do you? So, if you're doing these podcasts once every 2 weeks, right?
Yep.
What research? What? Go on.
Can I say something?
Of course you can.
So I forgot. I didn't forget, but so the other 2 guests I brought on the show were Tanvi Upreti. She's Nepalese, and she's actually the youngest youth MP this year.
Wow.
And yeah, I interviewed her. It was awesome. We had a lovely chat, and the thing is, she's only 17. So
fantastic.
Yeah. And we had like a good chat. 'Cause, like our age difference isn't as like
I can do the math. 6 years.
Yes,
Got it.
yes,
See,
yes.
I just want to prove that I can do math. Like genuinely. Like I don't want people thinking he's.
And then today, let's go 5.5 guests because it hasn't gone on yet.
Yeah.
But Samantha Montgomery. So
that is fantastic. So I'm gonna have to start listening to your shows to figure out who I get on my shows, right? Because then, because you're leading the way, right? You're cutting edge, and I'm following on behind, right? But it's fantastic. So, what the question I was going to ask is how much time do you spend getting your facts together for the shows, and how do you choose how do you choose what you're going to talk about at your next show, right? Because I'm driven by my guests, right? So what I do is I kind of go, who can I talk to? And I send out the message out into the world, and then people come back, and I just line them up, right? So I just line those people up, and of course I'm talking about the news every week because of the fact that the news changes, right? So that part of my show is very easy. That first 20 minutes, just look back and go, well, there's 3 topics that people talked about. That's easy. And I've got a guest that I can interview, right?
Yep.
Your show is a little bit different because you must put in a whole lot of extra energy and investigation up front in order to get to your show.
Yeah. So the first thing I'd like to comment on, your idea is awesome. And I can see why there are like your show is 1 hour. I guess you could make 2 shows, 30 minutes, but 1 hour is better. Same topic with the same guest, but different things, I guess.
Yeah, we run out of time quite often because like, a lot of my guests are talkers too. Like I had Helen Beattie on the show last week, I think it might have been, and we run out of an hour. Like so, it's gone. It's like literally we just start talking, and so I'm looking at the clock, going, "Oh, we got to finish," and we're like, "But we didn't even talk about the stuff we want to talk about." But it's good fun when you get good. You'll know when you get good people to interview. It is a lot of fun.
Okay, I'll stop the chatter and actually come to the question.
No,
So
you chatter as much as you like. I like chatter.
okay, so how I choose the topic. So normally, so what I do is I have different topics lined up, and I go in like a pattern. So maybe it's sports, science, history, culture, geography, safety, switch that around. And in between, I'll have interviews as well. So that's basically how I choose. Or if it's a special occasion, like recently, we've had our biggest Nepalese festival called Dashe. It was yesterday. It was wonderful. And if there's any Nepalese listening, and to everyone, happy Dashe to everyone.
I don't know anything about that particular festival. Explain that one to me,
Okay.
like, because I love to learn, right? I love your facts. So tell me what that festival is all about.
So Dashe is all about the victory of good over evil. So for Western, it's a real big festival. So Western people, it's kind of like Christmas, and it's. I guess we could call it the Nepalese Christmas because we get gifts, we get lots of money, we wear red tika on our forehead, which is a blessing, and our elders, they bless us with love, peace, and succession. And so when I said it's the victory of good over evil, so there's a goddess called Devi, and she killed a bad or evil person. So, and she was good. So that's how good goes over evil, and that's why we celebrate Dashe.
So what is that? A particular religion? Is that what religion is that?
Hindu.
Okay,
Yep.
Cool. Because again, I'm a Roman.
Fascinated.
I'm Roman Catholic, so we don't have these wonderful, colourful festivals. It's quite bland. Like Christianity's quite. But don't get me wrong, Christianity's Christianity, but it's compared to some of the other festivals and stuff, and like Chinese New Year and all this. It's more bland.
Talk about jealousy.
Yeah, I'm a little bit jealous because there'll be food as well, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So tell me about the food yesterday. So you got presents?
Yep.
Yeah. What did you get?
So presents, more like we got heaps of money because
How much? Like thousands?
Probably 300.
Ooh,
Yeah.
That can buy some good stuff, couldn't it? That can buy some food.
So basically, the entire motto, I have to say, of Dashe is like playing on swings super high, like sky high, and stuffing ourselves with food.
So what did you eat yesterday?
We had a lot of chicken and meat. So we had chicken, we had lamb, we had goat meat, and we also had some otar, which is basically spicy salad, I have to say.
I love spicy.
Yeah, spicy is wonderful.
I love spicy.
We had dal, which is basically lentils.
Lentil curry.
Yep. We had rice, which is rice, and I'm still full, by the way.
Just a quick, like, Mum and Dad, if you're listening, can I get an invite next year?
Oh yeah, they would love to.
Yeah, I can juggle as well, so I could entertain. So I could do I could come as a performer, and then you could just feed me.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'd do anything for food.
Can you play cards?
I can play. Depends. We're not playing poker, right? Because you're underage.
No.
No, what cards are we playing? Uno?
Yeah, Uno would fit,
Yeah.
but some Nepalese games. So basically, in Dase, after the food, the tika, the swings, after the presents, then comes playing with cards. The entire day, you literally play with cards.
Right.
Yeah, and it's super full, super cool. Special shout out to my cousins for coming to Dunedin. They're probably listening right now.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, let's hope so. And they came all the way. They put on some tika. They had lots of food. They enjoyed it, I hope. And basically, the parents, they were playing some game, and we were just playing Uno. It was wonderful.
My daughter beats me at Uno all the time. I'm not the world's best Uno player. So as long as we're not playing for money,
No.
as long as we're not playing for money, then I'm up for cards. Yeah, so I got no problem with that because I'm no good at poker. I don't have a poker face, so I get a good hand. I'm like, oh, wow, and then it goes, So.
Actually, we do play for money, and
You do?
yeah, and I should be saving up for a dog because with that $300, and when we played for money, and me, my dad, and my mum, we played. They didn't let me win, is the thing. They tried super hard, but I won like 9 rounds, so I ended up making $18 out of playing.
Keep doing that, and
Hard-earned money.
keep doing that, and you'll have a dog in no time, right? So I want to talk a bit more about you because you're a fantastic young human being. But before we do, I'm just going to get another quick word from our wonderful sponsor.
Have you checked out Hazur Kebab yet? It's your go-to for a delicious lunch, a tasty dinner, or anything in between. Order online to save time and pick up some delicious, authentic Turkish cuisine in just minutes. HazurKebabCafe.co.nz. Dine in or take away at 906 George Street.
All this talk about food has made me realise something. I haven't eaten.
Have you not?
I would normally have my lunch like early before I come to the show, but because it's school holidays and I would come from home rather than coming from work, I completely forgot to eat. So I am now really, really hungry. Did Mum and Dad bring any like Nepalese food with them?
Oh no, unluckily no.
No, you're keeping that for yourself, aren't you? That's staying in the fridge. That's all the extras, the leftovers. That's the best bit about like things like Christmas. It's all the leftovers for like the rest of the week.
And the thing is, the leftovers, I don't know how, but like each day they just get better. Like
I noticed that too. Right? I make a lasagna. Right, eat the lasagna. It's fantastic. Right.
Yeah.
But the second day, when you warm the lasagna up,
better.
it's got better.
Yeah.
How does it do that? Or like the chili con carne that you made, the next day when you heat it up, it's got better. It's like, no, it's fantastic, eh? So what are your hopes and dreams? I don't mean like you're going to go to university, right? I can see it. You're going to study to be a lawyer. You're going to be like a successful person. You're going to like you'll be the first person on Neptune or whatever. I can see great things in your future. What are you when you and I connected? One of the things that Chris said to me was that you want to be the best podcaster and like you can possibly be. Now I already think possibly you might have hit that. You know, as someone that does podcasting, and I'm not an expert, mate, at all anywhere, but I enjoy it, right? You enjoy it, you clearly do. What are your over the next few years? You know, before you even get to university, what goals do you have set for yourself? Because I can imagine you've got some.
Yeah, so my top goal, so you know the saying called shoot for the stars and you'll hit the moon.
Yep.
So my main goal is I want to be a leader like you. You're a wonderful leader.
Thank you very much. I wasn't expecting to get compliments on my own show, to be fair. So you want to be a leader. Leader in what regard? Leader where? Just leader in your school community? Leader on podcast extraordinaire? What leader where?
So leader in the community. The community's giving to me. I want to give back to them. And being a leader is for some really hard, but I think I've got the skills. I'm not trying to brag about myself, but I think I've got the skills. I mean, I can talk without like going, I don't know what to say. I think I'm confident sometimes, not tightens in my stomach, but I reckon I'm confident, and like you said, I'm a good public speaker, which comes in real handy.
It does.
Like you, your confidence, when I was listening to your show last week, your confidence is just amazing, and I couldn't wait for today so I can be on your show.
Oh, mate, you've made my day. I mean, I love talking to people full stop, right? But I genuinely love talking to, I don't mean this in a derogatory, I love talking to kids, me and children, like anything from about the age of about 15 under, right? I genuinely enjoy those interactions. They're some of the best interactions I can ever have with a human being. And you've absolutely made my whole week this week, right? Because it's just fantastic to be sitting here talking to someone that is just so energetic, so down to earth, so full of fun, right? Because you're just someone that I think that, like, if you and me on a long train drive, like, sitting on a train going from here to the top of the South Island, right? It's going to be who gets into many words. Like, you will be having those kind of conversations and having fun doing it, right? We're not going to be short of something to say, right?
No,
exactly. So what are your plans for your podcast? Because your podcast is fantastic. I've listened to your podcast too.
Oh,
right?
thank you.
And I was so impressed because genuinely, like, I've done this occasionally, right? When what happens is someone doesn't turn up for the show, right?
Oh, yeah.
So because they're sick, because they've forgotten, things happen, right? Life gets in the way, and then I've got an hour where I've got to talk to myself, right? And that is, and you think that's easy, right? But it's not. It's actually, it's really, really difficult spending all that time, like, trying to, A, not to ramble, but B, to just be, have structure and take the conversation to where you want to take it to. But you're only interviewing people occasionally. So your show is a lot of structure. Your show is a lot of pre-thought. Your show is a lot of, that's not easy. Anyone that's listening that thinks, doing a podcast is a piece of cake.
No.
It's not, is it? It's like, it's genuinely not. It's easier for me because I have a guest. I have someone to bounce off, right? But I've done that time when I've walked in here unprepared. No one's turned up and I've had to talk.
Yeah.
And I've had some really good shows when I've done that as well. I have to say, they've not been awful. But it is one of those things, right? So you're doing this every 2 weeks, yeah.
Yep.
So that's fantastic. So what are your plans for your podcast? Because I think you could be the next big thing, right? Genuinely.
So for my podcast, I just want it to keep going, and so Fact Beast with Ajax right now, I would have to say, I'm more focused on it because, like, it's my very own thing, and I've kept it for a while now. And so my future goals for my podcast, just maybe expanding it more. So having a series maybe.
Okay.
Because
what about radio host? Because, like, Jeff Harford outside, he's getting a bit long in the tooth. To be fair, he's getting older. Yep. Right, so at some point he doesn't want to get up at 5:30 in the morning anymore and do the radio show. Like, do you think, we could, do you think we could get you and you could do the breakfast show? Would you like to do something? I'm not saying you should. Like, we still got to kick Jeff out of the way, to be fair. But is that something you'd like to do? Because I could see you hosting. I could see you hosting radio shows. I could see you, talking to people and being like a Damien Newell or Dom and whatever. I don't listen to radio in the mornings, but like being a Jeff Harford and doing breakfast shows and stuff like that, or afternoon shows, drive time with Ajax. What do you reckon?
Yeah, that would be better because, like, I'm used to getting up in the morning, but maybe not at 5 a.m. because that's a bit early.
I had to cover for him for a few days. It was hard work. I don't like getting out of bed. And coming in from Brighton, I was getting up at the crack of dawn and coming in, and then I've got to be all fresh and bubbly.
Yeah,
it's
I
hard
don't
work.
know how he manages. I think he's doing a good job.
I think don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's doing a bad job. I just think you could be better. Like, genuinely. Like, maybe when we get out, we'll have a chat and you can do some guest slots.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Maybe, absolutely. I think Leslie would be for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially drive home with Ajax.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
drive time with Ajax.
Yeah, drive time with Ajax.
That sounds like the perfect show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you finish your school.
Yeah.
Straight to the studio. 4 o'clock till 6 o'clock. Drive time with Ajax. Spin some tunes.
That's kind of what I already do, but just like not live and not like that long. Because after school, I come straight here to record. So.
Well, I think you've proven today that you can handle live radio. Because you have. You've just done that.
To be honest, I am really, really happy that you have seen me and included me in your live show, because Leslie and Arena, Dommy, they might remember when I was about to start my own show, Fact Beast with Ajax, my goal was like to be in a live show or to host a live show. Hosting, that could come later, but being in this is awesome. I still can't believe it. Like, people are listening to me live right now.
It's fantastic. And 55 minutes has come and gone. Thank you so much. It's a perfect place to end the show. I am so pleased we got you on the show. If you just sit there, Ajax, thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome anytime. We just round out the show. Thank you. Well, that's a wrap for this week. Thank you for tuning in. I've been Richard Knights, and you've all been wonderful. Remember, if you're looking for robust, respectful adult debate about all things local and further afield, and a welcoming online community that doesn't take itself too seriously, come and find What's News Dunedin on Facebook and join our fun. On next week's show, we talk to Karen Van Gastel from Empower Me Fitness, and we look forward to seeing you next Friday at 12 on OAR FM. And if you want to listen to the show again, or simply share it with your friends, you can find the podcast at oar.org.nz or even on Spotify, YouTube, or your favourite podcast provider.
This podcast was produced by OAR FM Dunedin with support from New Zealand On the Air.